Okay, friends, so I've had a lot of people ask me about the eyes that I use in my Rainbow High Customs. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how I actually put those in the Rainbow High heads. So the first thing I do is I grab my, what are these called? The Rainbow High Fantasy Friends. They also are the Poopsie Fantasy Friends. I think this is series 2. The series 1 ones are the same. They have the same eyes. They're different characters, but they have the same eyes. And when I pull their eyes out, this is what they look like. So they are actually pretty much have the same footprint or same size dimensionally, other than they're thinner. So they're not quite as thick as the Rainbow High eyes are. So these are the Rainbow High eyes. These are the Fantasy Friends eyes. So what I do is I take one of these cheap foam brushes that you can get from the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Walmart, wherever, and I cut some of the foam. I like the density of this foam, plus it just happens to be something handy that I have in my studio. So about a block, I don't know, 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch or so, fits into the eye socket of the doll that you're switching the eyes with. So I cut that first, have that ready to stuff in the eye sockets to bulk the eyes up so that they fit. The second thing that I do is I warm the head up for the doll that I'm putting the eyes in, because it just helps to get them in there, even though, you know, they fit a little bit better. So I'm gonna pop the eyes in for this custom Amaya that I'm working on. I will pop them out later because I'm going to repaint her, but for now I can show you. So I just take the foam and I just stuff it in the sockets. And then the eyes, you want to make sure you've got the right side. The side that has kind of this point goes to the outside of the head. And that's important to note because you're going to use that landmark to adjust the eyes. At least that's how I do it. And I use this rat tail comb I got from Sally's that has this nice firm metal post on it to help me position things. So this is just a comb I got from Sally's that's a rat tail comb with that metal tip. Helps me to get the eyes out as well. So I'm going to start with this side. I always like to start on the side that's furthest away from me because it's easier for me to get the right eye in rather than the left eye. So just kind of poke it in there. It looks like it's sitting weird because it is, because you need to adjust it. Plus, when you first put it in, it's going to feel like, oh my gosh, I've smashed the foam. Yeah, it's going to look weird, but once you get it adjusted, just be careful with this because you can scratch the eye, but they are really, really resilient toys. Like, these are made to be played with, and they're made to be played with, you know, reasonably, I won't say hard, but, you know, they're kids' toys. And I've had a really hard time scratching the eyes, so I will say this, they are not easy to scratch. But they do go in and they adjust really, really easy. So there's one that's in. I find it kind of easier to work it in this way, where you're pushing it to the outside and then just popping it in and adjusting it. Just kind of poking that under there. I've got a weird eyelash on this side. It's not scratched. There's just an eyelash that's kind of hanging down. But it's, once you get them adjusted, where they kind of are both looking the same direction, like I need to adjust a little bit more but I think you can see like how well they fit. They look really, really pretty. There's different colors that are available. And the ones that I got, the Rainbow Fantasy Friend dolls that I got, were on sale at Target for I think $7.99 a piece a couple weeks ago. So maybe that sale will come back. That'd be great, because then that makes these eyes a lot cheaper. The only thing is, the biggest difference besides the thickness, of course, is that the pupil and iris on the Fantasy Friend eyes is a little bit bigger, but I think it just gives them a dreamier look to their eye. And that's how I do it, friends. If you guys have questions, all you have to do is ask, because I'm always willing to answer.